Greetings and welcome to this overview of the Soar report, where we fly high with synchronicity. My name is Harold Cosby. I am the world changer coded by the blue overtone storm, which is the 19th archetype, the 239th kin, and the frequency BMU of 408. And what I intend to do over the next 15 or so minutes is explain to you the value and give you some practical uses of this Soar report and how you can really utilize it as a tool on your journey of remembrance. And what really initiated this process was charting out the first 13 years for my newborn son, Sage. And me and my life partner, we were looking at the first 13 teachers of our newborn. And we understand that there are 13 archetypes that are in place to teach a new being that incarnates in this dimension. And so because of that, we were coming into some insights and some revelations about, wow, this could really support this new being in this earthly experience. But also what happened when we gained those more insights, we said, wait a minute, we could use this to help us evolve more effectively as well. So we charted out our path and we got more insights. And then I had the revelation that this could be a great tool to help my students navigate through the HoloMind Perceiver classes, because we have a plan to teach 21 classes, 21 different levels of this science. And so as I started to prepare and add things for the students, I had an incredible vision that this could be the tool that shifts humanity into the new age of being. And so at that point, I had a nudge that I needed to expedite this process, because I recognize the cycles that we're in, and the fractals of those cycles are in 13s. So we're in the 12th year of a 13-year cycle right now, dealing with the mind and reprogramming the mind and demagnetizing programs that's been controlling our mind. And with that being said, the 13th cycle that starts on the July 26th, 2018 is the cosmic moon cycle, which deals with purification. And I said, oh man, if we could help people get their mind right and move into the stage of purification, they could demagnetize any karma, demagnetize any bad habits or energy fields that would reject the new reality that this being wants to shift into. And so I saw the Soar report as a tool to support that shift. And so the thing that we must do is we must correct or understand the error of time, because we have associated time with the mechanical clock and an uneven, disconnected calendar that was instituted by Pope Gregory XIII. And what that did is it put in our mind the program that time is money. That's the paradigm that we're in. And so now we're living in scarcity, right? And fear is running rampant in our realities. And so in correcting the error of time, we have to follow the natural time cycles of the 13 moon calendar. These are 13 even calendars that connect us with the lunation cycles and the solar cycles and whatnot, so we can connect our energy field and allow synchronicity to work on our behalf. The next step is to accept the law of holonomy. What the law of holonomy means is that we're a system inside of a larger system. So what does that mean to us? Well, our blood cells are a system in our circulatory system of our bodily system. Our bodily system is part of the biosphere of the earth system. The earth is a system inside of the solar system, and so on and so forth. So these are all mirror images of one thing, one energy field, which is the self. And so through the HoloMind Perceiver Matrix, which this is a telepathically imprinted nanochip in our brain that projects an overlay on our brain and shows us how to access 9 time dimensions and 7 thinking layers of the cosmos and 11 orbits of different planets. And this knowledge stream can help us activate faculties and gifts and abilities in our mind that have lied dormant for lifetime after lifetime after lifetime. We now have access to it. And so now, when we accept the law of holonomy, we can reprogram the mind for a new experience. And this will shift us into the new human that we call the synchronistic human. And here's how it's defined. Someone who is able to be multidimensional while unifying energy from the synchronicities of natural time cycles toward the holonomic evolution of humanity, Mother Earth, and the galactic whole. Okay, so this is what we're shifting into. This is the new era of humanity. But there are some barriers to this. And because some of this knowledge takes decoding, we have people take our classes so they can really get clear and certainty on how this works. But one of those barriers is technology. And the reason why technology is blocking this process is because we rely so heavily on it. We use our brain less because of technology more than any other point in our existence. And so this isn't allowing us to activate these thinking layers of the cosmos. It's causing us to be codependent on the technology. So many of us have a choice to subscribe to little a, little I, which is artificial intelligence, or big A, big I, which is absolute intelligence. So in the world of the absolute, we're able to access these synchronicities from these cycles of our being on all the different holonomic levels. And so this report will enable us to begin and support the development of that process. But it's all about a journey of remembrance. And our declaration is this: to engage in the daily practices that will assist us with effectively identifying, developing, and accessing the energies of the 7 mental spheres in order to experience our realities through radio perception. So we've been living in a linear trajectory up to now, cause and effect trajectory. But in the absolute, everything happens now. The only time is now. And so this is a different perception that requires a different thought process and pattern. As a result, we will be able to harmonize with the synchronicities from the law of time, space, and ultimately continue the development of the 4th dimensional telepathic communication medium, the noosphere. Okay, and the language of telepathy is number. Okay, it's number. And so now let's just talk about the Soar report. And Soar stands for Synchronic Order Assessment Reading. What does it include? It includes a multidimensional name decoder, default circuitry map of incarnation, of your incarnation, I should say, 52-year evolutionary chart, current matrix of remembrance. There's 4 different pulsars, which are lenses that we can perceive our experience based on the solar cycle that we're in. And there's a time lens, there's a life lens, there's a sensory lens, and then there's a mind lens, and we're in the mind lens cycle right now. All of this is followed up with the 28-minute synchronicity session to explain in the report what you don't understand, to help you expedite what it is you intend to manifest on this journey for you. Okay? So here's the Soar's purpose statement. The purpose of the Soar is to provide a mind map that displays the cycles of evolution, beginning with the point in space from your incarnation up to your current cycle on the path of destiny. As a result, we can foresee and foretell the upcoming cycles like a premonition in order to allow synchronicity to work on your behold. All right. The first section of this report is the multidimensional name decoder. This is powerful because it takes your first, middle, and last name, and it tells you what is the frequency and the archetype of your third dimensional physical body, your fourth dimensional spiritual body, and your fifth dimensional soul body. Okay? The default mental circuitry map. This is actually a chart of the HOLOMIND perceiver grid or matrix when you were born. Now, there's only one of these every 52 years. So we have to go back to the date of birth and we have to see what all the activations and alignments were on that day. And then we plot those alignments and we can tell based on the location how you were hardwired mentally. Okay, so we give a breakdown of these activations as well. So we do a chart for your incarnation and we do a chart for the cycle that you're in now. And then we do these activations to show you what was activated at that time when you entered that portal. And so you can see here, I'll just give one example, quintuple activation in the court of cosmic prophecy. Now, this is actually a part of my Soar report. All right. So 5 points of activation, that is extremely high activations in that area. So I saying I was hardwired for prophetic teachings. And for those people who know me, that's pretty much on point. It also has information about chakras and energy fields we call radioplasmas, which open up gates to these different thinking layers of the cosmos, which create knowledge and mind streams that are downloaded into your brain, into your mind. We also have the detailed chart of explanation of the gate and how it opens up that thinking layer of the brain. Powerful. All right. And we also have a 52-year path of destiny. So there are 5 of these paths, and they're signified by colors. All right. There's a red path. There is a white path. There's a blue path. There's a yellow path, and there's a green path. Okay. And so they all have different meanings. So you can see here on my path that Kin 239 is where I started in the cycle. Now, these are just fractals of a spiral, is what you see. And when we complete one fractal, we take magic flight to the next octave, and that's how we keep on spiraling and evolving. Okay, all the way up to now, where it says Kin 129. Okay, and so we give a detailed instruction about what happened between beginning your incarnation and the cycle that you're in now. And so this is kind of a fractal or a layout of what I did for my son. We actually charted out the first 13-year cycle for him and all the archetypes that were there responsible for his development in his first 13 years of initiation. So the first phase is initiation. The second phase is ripening. The third phase is transformation of 13 years. And the fourth phase is ripening. Okay? And I believe I said the second phase wrong. The second phase is refining. Okay? So with that being said, we can now see what happened. Okay? Throughout this process of evolution on this. And then we have a sign PULSAR. This shows us each year with the archetype what we were supposed to be focusing on. Was it time? Was it life? Was it senses? Or was it the mind? Okay? And then this actually shows us, for example, a description of that pulsar. So mine is the 5th tone, which is the overtone frequency of the power of radiance. So this report shows you how to get that power working on your behold. All right, so those are just some highlights of the report. It's a total of 35 to 40 pages. It just depends on how many solar cycles you've been here and how many names you have. That plays a role too. All right, that can expand the report. And so when asking, okay, well, what's next? Well, the next step is to unify the time space. We have to correct the error. And how do we do that? Well, I've provided some steps on developing the 4th dimensional mind. Step 1, order your Soar report. We're going to show you how to do that. Step 2, correct the error of time, because that's the biggest program that we're not addressing. 3, study and practice the HOLOMIND perceiver. This is sacred geometry and the different alignments and cycles in the cosmos that we can get working on our behalf, so we don't have to work all the time like machines. We're becoming more like machines than human beings. In fact, some people say we are machines and we're programmed. Remember the holonomic mind. Now this is important because it's a journey of remembrance. So let's get out of this stage of learning. We don't need to learn. We need to access the codes that are already in our brain and are already in our mind. And that law of holonomy connects us to the entire existence of the universe and the cosmos. And step 5, unify the time space and live galactic culture on Earth. So that's it. And so you can go to the website and you can get the Synchronistic Order Assessment Reading. And it's only $155. All right, so it's an incredible value. A lot of people are telling me, wow, I can tell you put a lot of work into this. We did. We really have. And it is a huge value for you. And everybody needs one because it's difficult to learn this knowledge and then apply it to your daily lives when we got these habits and these programs that are influencing us otherwise. Okay, so you can go to our website at www.synchronistichuman.com and click on services, and you can order your Soar report today. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. And we look forward to you joining us in Flying High with Synchronicity. This concludes our overview. In Lakesh Alakim, I am another you, and you are another me.